Hey, hey, swtorPaladin here. Viper decided it would be a good time to answer some questions. So, uh, M1 says there are some questions. So, M1, what are some questions? Well, sir, we always get questions about your armor. Could you please tell everybody where you got that armor from? Oh, I'm glad you asked. This armor is from the 2012 Rackle event. It's called Republic Containment Officer. It is because Viper roleplays a containment officer from Taurus. So this is the Republic Containment Officer helmet and the chest and the boots. Unfortunately, he didn't get the rest of the suit because nobody had figured out the event, really, until it was too late, and so getting the entire suit was not impossible, but definitely not feasible. So, unfortunately, those are the pieces that he was left with. So, alright, hope that answers your question. What other questions do we have? Well, sir, we got a question from Creaky Lappy on your YouTube channel that says, Viper, what's that awesome build that you have that you keep using? I notice you're healing and grav rounding. So, okay. Thank you, Creaky Lappy, since I like to answer. Well, not only do I like to answer, but it's a heck of a lot easier to answer questions that come in from YouTube. Let's show you. So I'm 21 combat medic gunnery assault specialist. This is for a couple of reasons. The first reason is that when I show up in arena, it shows me as heals instead of damage. That means that people really underestimate me because people rely way too heavily on that. It also means that I get not only my trauma probe, which is super important to PvP, but I get 1 point of preventative medicine, and 1 point's really all you need. Preventative medicine still procs all the time, so from applying medical probes, which is this guy right here, medical probe. So, and I'll show you that. So, let's see. Watch my buffs. So there's my power surge. Primary surge. There's my first responder. Da 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 da. Power surge again. So, preventative medicine. There's my first responder. Well, there's ranked queue. That's not good. Well, folks, that's all the time we have for now. I'll be back in a minute. And I'll show you how all this works in arena, then I'll explain it some more. Alright, so while this is starting, let's take a look at the rest of this. So, trauma probe, very important. That's so I can cast this on all my friends. These guys aren't my friends, but we'll pretend they are for the sake of this. This is heals on damage taken. Very, very, very important. They do a lot of heals now. Do not underestimate the power of that. Treated dressing wounds reduce all damage taken. Not super important, but every little bit helps. So I only have 1 point in it. Field triage, reducing the energy cell cost of my next medical probe by 8. This is really important because otherwise you will run out of energy. Psyche Field Aid now removes negative mental effects and heals the target. This is important because if you have to hit your Field Aid anyway, you might as well have it do this too. It seems like a little bit, but it is really helpful because there's a lot of debuffs. Alright, let's go see this in action. Make sure everybody's buffed. 1, 2. Come on. 1, 2. Where's our... Ooh. Alright, so no amount of anything is going to save you from 4 people attacking you at the same time while you lose a member and your team doesn't do anything. So, obviously not the best example, but you can see my trauma probe is... I wonder if it's weird. Unfortunately, I don't think you can see it working still. I'll show you better, hopefully, on the next one. Obviously, somebody AFK'd or got screwed or something. Because my trauma probes, I don't think they did anything, so. They should do something this time, though. What do you mean 2 people AFK? People can't count. Oh, there's a person AFK on both sides. Well, this should be a little bit more fair, even, balanced then. Okay. So here's the trauma probe. Every time I get attacked, it will count down. It's very helpful. Oh my gosh, not again. No! There we go. Nope. Still couldn't stay alive. But I think their trauma probes have already worn out. But it's kept them quite alive. I mean, 4 is taking quite a bit of damage, but they've almost got what's his face burnt down. It allows you to heal your team. Oh my gosh, you guys, come on, he's redline. It allows you to keep the team healed. Wow, how did he not die? He was redline. Dang. Yeah. Close. But you can see pretty decent healing despite me getting completely stomped on by the other team. Alright. Back to the... Alright, so you saw a little bit of trauma probe working there. You didn't get to see very much of preventative medicine working because I got burned down so fast. And that's the big weakness of the troopers. You really need a tank trooper guarding you. But, that's okay. I didn't really get a chance to move any negative effects. But you saw my supercharged cells activating, but I didn't have time to click it because I died so fast. So, Colto residue. I got to use this a little bit. Basically, you throw it on the ground, and it slows and heals, and then puts sticky heals on everybody, which is really nice. It's very, very, very handy. you obviously want field medicine, otherwise your recharge or your supercharge is basically never going to respawn. I don't do this because I don't really care about pushback. I don't really care about even more pushback. I don't really need this to use less energy. It doesn't take up very much energy to begin with. First responder, you saw that proccing earlier. Alacrity is really important because it makes my spells cast faster and it makes the global cooldown go away faster, which means I can really spam those heals, which troopers are good at spamming heals, especially their hammer shot. So recharge cells now immediately recharges 16 additional cells and gives you even more alacrity. This is really important because if you ever do run out, or if you're on your other tree, if you're doing damage instead, recharge cells is just amazing. It basically completely recharges your energy in one little click. And it's great because it's just a 2-minute cooldown. So this is really, really solid heals right here. As you've seen, I mean, I still went down like a sack of potato chips, but I was able to keep myself alive a heck of a lot longer than I would have with no healer, no healing skills. Like, no amount of any of this. Excuse me, cat. No amount of anything here would have kept me alive any longer than that. So that's the only thing that gave me a fighting chance. So now you say, well, okay, what are you doing over here? Well, I have grab round, and grab round will give you stacks of charged barrier, which there's charged barrel, cell charger, charge barrier. Okay, here's charge barrier. Charge bolts and grab rounds have 100% chance to build a charge barrier that reduces damage taken by 1 for 15 seconds, stacks up to 5 times. So I can get an additional 5% damage reduction for 15 seconds, which is a lot, just by spamming my grab round. So, which is what I have on my bar right here, grab round. And I didn't get to use it because we were fighting so many stealthers, but I might get to use it next round. We'll see. It depends on the unit composition. But it's very important. Reduces the cooldown of concussion charge and tenacity, which is helpful, but I don't get... it's still, the cooldown's not as low as I'd like, but you need tenacity, like, permanently, pretty much, nowadays, between the stuns and slows, for guarding pylons, or getting to your friends, or getting away. But this concussion charge, this guy right here, is key to our guild's tactics. So, punting. This is a lifesaver right here. I would have died almost immediately if not for this. Charged barrel, grab round grants charged barrel, increasing the damage dealt by the next high impact bolt, which I have hotkeyed. Which is, where is charged bolt? Oh, there it is. I need to put it up here, but that's okay. No, that's fine where it is. But high impact bolt does a lot of damage, and it's very important. So, and plus, doing my grab round procs my high impact bolt, so it's kind of a win-win. It's like practically doubles the damage that you're doing. Special munitions, you should always get that, no matter what, because it buffs all of your cells, and I use 2 cells, so this is huge for me. Heavy trooper increases my endurance by 2 and all healing received. You're like, healing received, who cares about that? Well, it means you heal yourself more, which obviously I needed, and your endurance, which gives you more hit points, which obviously I need. All troopers need that. But also, if you have cross-healing troopers, which we have in our guild, you get healed for a lot more. It helps them help me. Havoc rounds increase damage dealt by all rounds and charged bullets by 6%. It increases the healing dealt by Colto Bomb. And Colto Bomb is part of my main heal rotation. I throw Colto Bomb every single chance I get. Don't care about steadied aim and iron sights because this aim is huge. It allows you to lower your aim and actually put aim into other things, and even though you'd think, oh, I want to stack aim, but aim doesn't give you as many special secondary buffs as it does spreading everything around on the first set of stats. So, and then target lock increases range, tech, and accuracy by 3%, and ignoring 3% of the armor. Now, we've talked about this a lot inside the guild over what this means, ranged and tech accuracy, because if you look, my ranged accuracy is 99.47, and that's not good enough, and I'll explain why. You need that to be over 100%, so you stop missing and people stop dodging and stuff. There's a lot of debate over how literally you can take that, like how much they can actually dodge and all that, but you do need it, and that allows you to use an item like a mod or an augment on something else other than accuracy. And then your tech, see my tech, I mean, that's through the roof, and that's good because most of my moves are tech moves. So, in fact, I believe they're all tech moves, and I don't know how to figure that out for certain, but they are, which means they're gonna hit for a lot more damage. So, and plus, I mean, another 3% endurance isn't a huge deal. Would it be nice? Of course it would be nice, but you've already got this endurance, you've already got reducing the damage taken. Would it be nice? Yes, of course, but it's just, you've got to make sacrifices somewhere. I wish I could get preventative medicine to proc, but I'm not sure. No, neither of these are heal. That's the other thing that's important to this. The reason why I have this right here, preventative medicine, because I don't have heal relics, so I can't afford that to not have that extra heal. Okay, that's my power surge, that's my power increase, which is a relic. Come on. Oh. It's being shy now. Okay, there's my primary surge, which is my aim increase. That's my other relic. There's my first responder, which is my alacrity increase. We talked about that. There's my alacrity increase again. Oh, I'm sorry, advanced medical probe. Gosh darn it. Okay, hold on. There we go. That's my medical probe cost reduction, which is this guy. And there's my preventative medicine. And you say, well, it'd be nice to have that every time. Well, sort of. I actually spam it as soon as I hit my supercharged cells. And see, it's already procced again. And it looks something like this. You can see it procking. and there, it procced again. I'm sorry, before it didn't proc that, but it procced that time. I mean, it's like literally 50%. It's about every other time. If someone's taking huge damage, that's no problem. And you can see my cells are almost already back to full again. I mean, it's that fast. Bloop, bloop. Throw my Colto cloud. Hit my recharge cells. Not bad, huh? Not bad for being a hybrid healer. Now let's go do some damage stuff. Alright. The Gav Tarragon was nice enough to let me use their training dummies. So, ops, nope, combat training, level 10, level 55. Alright. So we were talking about Grav Round earlier, right? So check this out. Spawns my Power Surge, which we talked about before. That's for my relic. There's my Charged Barrier, and there's my Charged Barrel. That just did 4, 5, 6, 7,000 damage. I'm not sure. Mark 5, Mark 5. I think these are both the same. That unfortunately wasn't a crit. Those weren't crits, but you can see that it does a lot of damage. Now, unfortunately, there's a little bit of lag because this game's got tons of input lag. But usually what I do is I do 2 Grav rounds. And you can see that was somewhere around 6, 7, 8 or 9,000. Three, 2, 2, 3, 2. 15, around 15,000. Now, you're like, whoa, well that used up a lot of your energy cells, da-da-da. That's because I wasn't armor piercing. So, you can see, watch my energy regen now. Can do Grav rounds for a long time, and you can see it's still proccing all of my stuff from my heal side too, pretty much. Okay, I'm not sure what the deal with this training dummy is. He keeps hitting evade. I'm not sure if that's because I stopped hitting him. But you can see my energy is just fine. And not only that, is my alacrity picks up. Gosh, that is so weird. My first responder still proccing, which makes my global cooldowns even faster. And I can do this pretty much all day. But I wouldn't do that all day because I'd also be doing my electro net. And if they're all lumped up, I do my plasma grenade. Do a double grenade like that. Huge damage. And then if I have to chase, I'm usually chasing around doing my explosive rounds, but you gotta be careful because explosive rounds really soaks up damage. I mean, it soaks up your energy. So usually if I'm gonna chase somebody, they're already gonna be really, really low life. And I'm gonna hit my recharge cells to chase them. So let's look what that's like bolstered. Okay. A little bit of difference, maybe 20-30%. If that. I'm pretty close to I mean, I'm not pretty close. I'm past full Oberon, I think. Yeah, and I have my first piece of brutalizer, so bolster's not going to do much for me right now. So I can sit there grab around spamming for a while. I wouldn't do that though, because if I have to grab around spam somebody that many times, we're probably not going to kill him. I'm usually running in the middle, punting, throwing my other moves, electronet, plasma, sticky, and my concussion charge to keep them all split up, and then we keep switching targets, which you've seen in my videos. Stop yelling to solo queue ranked. It's not popping, guys. Hardly ever use my stock strike. In fact, I've been very, very tempted to just take it off my bar. But sometimes when I'm fighting NPCs, I like to use it if I need to finish them off. Because hammer shot doesn't do a lot of damage. So, hope that answers everybody's questions. Kind of my mindset behind how I play my character. Thanks again, Creaky Lappy, for your question, and thanks Gav Daragon for letting me use your amazing ship. And thank you, Ranked Q, for popping that one time so you could see the difference it made. I know we didn't win, but hopefully you get the gist. There's a huge difference there between getting slaughtered and not being able to do anything about it, and getting slaughtered and actually being able to defend yourself a little bit. Oh, it does make a huge difference. Otherwise, troopers just drop without there's nothing they can do. So you try to heal yourself in full gunnery or full assault, and it's not going to happen. You're not going to be able to keep yourself healed. So I always start out in combat support cell, survive what I call first contact, assess the situation, and then adapt. And if you have a good team, like when my guild's on, you usually win. So, as you've seen in my videos. So, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.